A Faculty Guide to Providing Accommodations to Students with Disabilities, presented by Gary Greco, Director of the Special Resource Center, and Janie Ishikawa, Director of Staff and Student Diversity. This is the last of the 3 modules designed to provide you, as a faculty member at El Camino College, with an understanding of what your role is in providing academic accommodations to students with disabilities. We will go over 4 common scenarios of providing students with accommodations through the SRC. Case Study 1. A student in your class approaches you to ask for note-taking support in the class. The student also states that they don't want to be identified in the class as a student with a disability. What should you do?
Case Study 1. Answer. You, as the instructor of the class, are to ensure that your class is accessible. Take this as a moment where the student with a disability is advocating for accommodations to you. Ask the student if he or she is registered with the SRC. If yes, ask your class if anyone would be willing to take notes and then have those notes handed into you at the end of the class. You must respect the student's rights to privacy. You do not have the right to ask what the disability is, nor to ask the student to disclose. If no, please refer the student to the SRC to register for academic accommodations. By not asking the student to disclose their disability, nor identifying the student with the disability, you can then provide the student with accessibility and accommodations in class and provide the notes to the students after class. You may also have notes or a PowerPoint presentation in which you can provide to the student as well. By working with the student, you are empowering the student with their self-advocacy while at the same time promoting a fully inclusive and accessible classroom.
Case Study 2. During office hours, a student discloses their disability and provides a letter from the SRC stating that they will be recording your class lectures and discussion. Do you have to honor this request for accommodation?
Case Study 2. Answer. Yes. Again, take this as a moment where the student with a disability is advocating for accommodations to you. A qualified disabled student who is registered with the SRC may record any and all lectures and class discussion. The district may not impose on qualified disabled students rules that would limit participation in class, such as prohibiting audio recordings in classrooms. Best practice: make a general announcement to your class when a lecture is going to be recorded. You do not have the right to tell the student to stop recording if another student wishes to make a comment in class. Your lectures are not private in a public institution. It is public information. This way, you are giving informed choice to all of the students in the class when you make the general announcement that your class lecture and discussion will be recorded. And at the same time, you are not singling out anyone, more importantly, the student with the disability. Remember, the SRC counselors and/or disability specialists are able to determine appropriate accommodations. If you have concerns about unauthorized distribution of these recordings and discussions, please contact the SRC. These concerns do not authorize you to prohibit the accommodation.
Case Study 3. A deaf student taking your class uses a sign language interpreter. As part of your class materials, you have a PowerPoint presentation on Canvas with videos embedded. What should you do?
Case Study 3. Answer. You must ensure that all of your class materials, including PowerPoint presentations, are accessible pursuant to Section 508. Please ensure that all videos that you select to embed within your Canvas shells are closed captioned and have descriptors for students with low vision or who are blind. Per 508 compliance, all internet information, internet videos, technology that is used in your class must be accessible. It is also important to make sure all PowerPoints that you have that may have cartoon images or audio special effects also be accessible to deaf and hard of hearing students or students who are low vision or blind.
Case Study 4. A student with a chronic condition discloses their disability to you, has indicated that they are registered with the SRC, and stated that they will require more time to complete assignments. What should you do?
Case Study 4. Answer. Contact the SRC to verify if the student is registered and receiving services from the SRC. Each and every academic accommodation is individualized and handled on a case-by-case basis. Work with the student, the SRC, and the division dean, if necessary, to determine a reasonable time frame for submission of assignments. You can contact the SRC at any time to verify if a student is registered and receiving services. You can work with your student and the SRC to discuss reasonable accommodations as it relates to the student's condition. It is important to realize that all students with chronic conditions are not similar, and each case is handled differently. After discussion with the student and the SRC, a reasonable time frame for submission of assignments can be determined and agreed upon.
If you have questions, concerns, or feedback, please do not hesitate to contact Gary Greco, Director of the Special Resource Center, and Janie Ishikawa, Director of Staff and Student Diversity.